And should you need assistance,
put these three in, and I will start intro slides. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome again to the Riverside County Google Camp. We hope that you're enjoying your sessions with us in the last, yesterday and today, so the last couple days. And my name is Marissa. I will be your moderator, assisting with moderating this morning for the session. And we'd also like to just have you keep in mind our social media, connect with us on social media via Twitter, hashtag IE Google Camp. And if you happen to run into any problems requiring technical assistance, please refer to our help desk or feel free to put in your questions or concerns in the chat, and I will do my best to assist you as soon as possible. And today's session is Bitmoji Virtual Google Classroom. Your presenter today is Jennifer McWhorter, and we also have Greg McWhorter, who is also participating with us as a presenter and assisting with moderating the chat room. Please also, we always welcome your feedback, not just after this session, but all of your sessions that you are attending throughout the Google Camp. And a reminder, Lunchtime Equity Series with Equity in Action California, making learning spaces more welcoming and inclusive, with Sue Thoughts, Tori Wadlington, Jennifer Dean, and Leticia Citizen. Right. So that's it from me. Jennifer and Greg, I'm going to stop sharing my screen if you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's great.
Fabulous. Here we go.
All right. Well, good morning and welcome to our session. You might have a lot of different levels of your understanding of the Bitmoji Classroom, but I think it's important to first start off with explaining the why behind a Bitmoji Google Classroom. So as you may know, it's kind of a craze that's happened since distance learning, where teachers are now getting on Snapchat and creating their own Bitmojis. But it's very addictive, so be prepared for spending many, many hours and becoming a crazy teacher like myself. Greg and I, we just got married a year ago, and we both have our doctorates in education, and if you look behind him, those are just a snippet of all of our books. Yes, thank you, Greg. And we are from Verde Unified School District, and we love technology, but I'm more of the teacher person where he's more of the tech guy. So let's get started first by explaining the why of Bitmoji. So let me get out of here. Okay, one second. Okay, so in Bitmoji Classroom, the reason why teachers have really become interested in Bitmoji is because of the distance learning and blended learning environments. One of the issues that teachers are having is how to not only be engaging, but to organize their learning in a distance learning format. And Bitmoji Classrooms allow you through Google Slides to do exactly that. As you can see, this teacher here has math lessons, and she has it by day, and she has her little Bitmoji, which is kind of fun and a great way for teachers to get started in the Bitmoji Classroom, but it also offers ways for her to have the lesson for that day really aligned well. So she has, the first thing to do is to watch. She has her objective here. She has her essential question. She has some warm-up activities and classwork that needs to be done on her Google Classroom. And then she also has kind of enrichment or intervention that furthers that. And this is just one of many, many amazing Bitmojis. So again, the why for a Bitmoji Classroom is a way to organize your teaching in a distance learning and blended learning format. Okay, I'll start with where I began. I love the Slides Mania and all of those great slides because they are there for you to use in a way to organize your learning and your learning plan. But most importantly, I'm going to show you not only how to make your Bitmoji classroom, but also how to organize it in a way where when students are in the Bitmoji classroom, they simply have to click on different links to get to that part of your slide. So for example, here I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which are all linked for their work for that week. Then down here, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's also linked. So if I go to Thursday, these are the activities for Thursday, and the student would go here and you'd fill in the information of what they would have to do. There might be 4 activities for that Thursday. In addition, a lot of teachers are using Bitmoji classrooms that you wouldn't expect. For example, we have teachers like in kindergarten who have a theme like the ocean, and all of these are linked to different places for students to go to. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So students that are young, like kindergartners, can easily just click on the images and find the links to where the teacher wants them to do different activities or to learn and get background information. Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second. How can I remove this break? I have this thing up here. Okay, that's all right. Here is, equity is a huge thing. I teach graduate students in cultural classrooms, teaching culturally, and teachers are really getting on board this summer for making sure that we have voices for all. And in this particular teacher's Bitmoji classroom, she has biographies and books that are all linked that you can have. I'm also going to show you a website called Safe YouTube, which is amazing. And so all of these videos and books that are in her Bitmoji classroom are easily accessible in a safe environment for young kids. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. In addition, Spanish teachers, I saw a German, a French, and a Spanish teacher, and they have their contact information here, and then each of these are links to where the teacher wants them to go. Now, in the first one I showed you, the links are within the PowerPoint or within the Google slide. That's the way I do it usually, but especially if you're teaching younger kids, having a Bitmoji classroom where they can simply go to different places immediately is amazing. We are part of this concept of free pedagogy, and all of these teachers have shared their digital Bitmoji classrooms for you to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add your Bitmoji classroom in with your Snapchat. So in Google Chrome and Snapchat are working together, and they created a way for you to have on your Google computers your Bitmoji classroom. And when you go to Snapchat, you simply create a login. A lot of teachers are in Bitmoji, and we don't use a darn thing. You log in. Hold on 1 second. This is my login to Snapchat. I never used Snapchat otherwise. I know teenagers were really into it about 5 years ago, but I think maybe the older people like myself are really into it, and which is awesome. You're gonna continue with your Bitmoji avatar, and you're gonna connect it to your Chrome. Okay, so continue back to the extensions. It's gonna take you to the extensions. You're logged in, and now you're in your Bitmoji, and there I am. So you can access your Bitmoji right here. It should be at the top of your web browser, and that's how you use it. So now I have my Bitmojis there, and you just type in what you're looking for. So, you always have to watch yourself. You don't want to use, LMAO or inappropriate, because remember, this is for all, but maybe I want to look up the word reading, and I can choose any of these. Maybe I'm on a beanbag or somewhere reading, and what you do is you just right click, you copy the image, and then you insert it. Simple as that. One of the great things about once you have your Bitmoji is that you can design yourself. And again, it's awesome because you can be 50 pounds lighter. You have no wrinkles. Your hair is perfect every day. Sometimes I look at people's Bitmojis and I know that my best friend does not look like that, but you know, in our minds we do. And these teachers here have shared their Bitmoji classrooms with me for you to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a basic way to start a Bitmoji classroom, but the easiest way if you're a novice at this is to start a Bitmoji classroom that you like. One of my favorites is this teacher who used, where is she? There's a Starbucks cafe. I thought this was genius because here teachers, there's a lot of images. You can insert your book that you want students to read, and it's in a Starbucks cafe. And this is their Bitmoji. So all you would have to do is file, make a copy, and add it to your drive. And now you can kind of change and insert what you like. You don't have to start from scratch. Of course, we always want to be respectful, and we certainly don't want to add anyone's or take anyone's credit and then, you know, use it for selling on Teacher Pay Teachers. I've heard rumors that that is happening. But of course, you also want to use them. I mean, that's why we share and we're part of that community of sharing. So I'm going to go into the chat room right now and I'm going to give you this folder. I want to make sure that if this doesn't work, let me know. I hope this is it. Should be. I'm going to try it. Just try it and tell me how it goes. And it's going to give you viewer access, which is fine. Again, you just make a copy of whatever you like in there. You'll find my Google Classroom, but you'll find so many amazing ones. And then before we get too far ahead, I want to show you at the very top of this folder. Did it work, Greg? Everyone's in? Okay. So here at the very top, you're going to find amazing, amazing Google Classrooms to help you set up your Google Classroom. So for example, this is an instructional coach, and she made a Bitmoji Help Center. And I thought this was great for instructional coaches to use with their teachers, because here you can you know, change the content. It doesn't have to be Bitmoji, obviously, but it might be, you know, readings for the month, or it might be assessments that are coming up, or how to access something. And if you look at her presentation, it really, in case, you know, after this session is over and you're feeling a little lost, here, right here is just a how-to on all kinds of topics. You just click on here and it will take you to little videos. So one of the cool things about Google, of course, is that it's live. This instructional coach who owns this Google slide is allowing us to view it and make a copy of it, but she may be changing things and adding. So as you can see here, since she started this summer, she added a new thing called sharing dialogue for Google. So again, it just goes through all of the things that you might need when we leave. So that way, you know, you're ready for your first day back. Also, there's this great instructional coach, I think she's in Corona, and she made a little place, I love this, for how to do anything on Google. I don't know if you've seen it, but I love it, like make it pretty, Google Classroom. And what you do is you simply click on to the section that you want, and then it pops up into a closer view, and then you can click on to anything that you might have questions about, especially after we finish with our Bitmoji Classroom creating it. We're going to be able to access these, and you might want to know, well, I've forgotten how to add this to my Google Classroom. So let's get started with a fresh one. We're going to start with creating a Google slide. Easy schmeezy. And I love Google because you can insert images directly from Google. However, it can also be a little bit minimal in the results you'll get. But one of the great ways to start, at least, is by just searching from Google itself, your Google slide. Sorry, I picked the wrong one. Insert picture or image from the web. And you're going to type in the word wall and floor together. And already you're going to get some amazing backgrounds. I love this just to start because finding backgrounds is very difficult. In the Google folder that I just sent you the link for, there are backgrounds already there, But this, you know, Google's getting better. I mean, let's not make it a prison. It looks kind of unattractive, but you know, there's a lot of virtual backgrounds you can add. Yeah, this looks like a prison. I can't do that. So let's start with, I'll just do this first one here. This looks really nice. So you insert it, expand it. If it's too small, this seems like a good size. You can also change the settings of your page setup. You know, with the Google Classroom, it doesn't have to be this size. You can make it smaller, but let's see what it looks like a little bit bigger. And then maybe I will make this a little bit smaller by changing my page setup. What you'll find when you start your Bitmoji Classrooms is that you're gonna have a lot of fun, and you're gonna find yourself spending a lot of time just fidgeting and changing things in your Bitmoji Classroom just to be perfect. So I'm changing the page setup to make it look the size that makes more sense for this. And then I can easily go back into that Google folder that I shared with you. Oh, you know what? Hold on one second. I made a mistake. Let me go back. One moment, I apologize. Where's my chat? Try this link. We are going to do one together. By the way, Andrea, yes, we will do one together. We're going to start one from fresh. Does it work? Yeah, it should work. Yeah, it's good? Okay, perfect. All right. One of the things you're going to find here are transparent lights. Transparent lights are really hard to find on Google because I don't know why. I think it's because of the transparency. So one of the things that you're going to find is that you'll find images with the background, and I'm going to show you how to delete that background. But in the meantime, you can start with any of these. So in this Google slide, it's at the very top of that folder, are all kinds of amazing lights that you can use. So I'm just going to copy this and add it to my, the one that we're working on together. Here it is, Untitled. And I'm going to insert it. I'm just going to paste it just like that. And I like these. These are pretty. So I can make several of these and I can add them in, you know, make it a little lower, whatever. Okay. Let's say I find an image on Google that I really like a couch. So I might put point of view couch. Sometimes that helps you find, no, it didn't work. I'm going to look at couch. Did I spell couch wrong? Yeah, no, okay. Go to images. I like IKEA. One thing you can do in your images is you can go to color and choose transparent. But let's say that I really like this couch here. And when I look at it, it has a white background. So I'm going to right click and copy the image address. When I get that image address, you can go to remove.bg. My husband showed me this and I thought he was a genius. Just like for a second, then I realized, no, he's not a genius. I am the genius. You're gonna go here to paste the image or URL.
Paradox.
Yeah. Are you probably on mute?
I'm on mute.
Yeah, he's on mute and he's talking to you. See what I'm talking about? Did you see? All right, so I'm gonna click on here. I'm gonna paste that copy link right there. I'm gonna go here, and this is free, but they're always looking for donations. And it's gonna remove, it does a great job. And so you see the little checkers, it's removed that background. So I'm gonna download it. I like it, so I always try to give them results just to be nice. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm gonna download it. And then I'm gonna go back to my Untitled document, and I'm just gonna insert it. So I just go here to insert, image, upload from my computer. I have a million things in my computer. One second, let me find that. Okay. There's that picture of that couch. And then I like that it's kind of turned sideways. And now I'm going to insert my Bitmoji. Okay. So you can spend a whole bunch of time doing this, just simply finding things that you like. But now I'm going to go back to that Bitmoji extension that I added to Chrome. And I'm going to look up, I think it's sit. Yeah.
You could add something else.
Yeah, I can. Let me stop and do that right now. All right, let's see. I want a lamp. Type in lamp. Go to images. Again, I could use the tools and choose color transparent, but sometimes it just limits what you find. You know, you're like, oh, I don't really like these. You know, I don't want a lava lamp. So I can remove the transparent and choose any color, and I'll have a lot more choices. And this one to me looks really cool. So I'm going to click on here. I like that. It looks like kind of, you know, like I'm a cool teacher, you know. Steampunk, okay, sure. They don't need to know my age. I'm going to go to the website Remove BG, and I'm going to go back to the home page here. And you can upload a picture, but a lot of the things I'm finding are on the web. So instead, I'm going to go right here where it says paste image or URL. We're going to click on that URL, and this pops up. I'm going to paste that link that I had. So here's my link. Copy image link. Boom. I'm going to go to Bitmoji, my remove BG. Click on the URL. Paste it. Boom. This is from Amazon, evidently. I could buy this. Preparing, thinking about it. And now I have a beautiful lamp, and they did a great job, so I'm going to download it. All right, it's in my file of my computer. I'm going to go look it up. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to insert my image by uploading it from my computer. Let me find it in here in my, I have a lot of, here we go. 51, let me find it in my computer. And there's that lamp. I know it's hard to see. And I think it's adorable. Now, you know, I like this lamp, but I want it to be flipped. So I'm going to show you how to flip it. You're just going to go here. I have the blue box around the little lamp. You're going to go to Format, and you're going to go to Format Options. Over here on the side, it says Size and Rotation, and there's a flip. So I'm going to just click on Flip, and now it's the other side. See? The reason I want to flip it is because I want to put it right here next to my couch, like I'm reading. Okay, I'm going to go a little further. But now I realize that it looks kind of silly because, you know, I wanted it behind my couch, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my couch, and I'm going to arrange it. I'm going to click right here to the tab called Arrange. When you click this, you're going to move it to the front. Boom. And now my lamp is hidden. Now, if you notice, my couch looks really stale. It's like very fake looking. So I'm going to go back to Format again. And you're going to click on Options, and this tab is going to pop up, which is here already. And this is what I do. I love drop shadows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for everything in here so far. So I'm going to just click on the blue box that's entirely here. I'm going to click on Drop Shadow. And you're going to have to increase the distance. Oh, no. Actually, let me first Control A. You choose Control A. It's going to select all of the images. And now I'm going to click on Drop Shadow. And I'm going to increase the distance, and it's going to give it that 3D effect. I don't really like the couch because it's darker, so I'm going to exit out of here. And I'm going to change the color of this couch to a light color to give it more of a 3D effect. I don't really like that color too much, so I might go for this color. Oh, there we go, a little bit of a gray. And I know it doesn't seem like much of a change or difference, but it is overall. Now I'm going to go back to my Bitmoji. I'm going to add myself sitting here. So you're going to go back to your Chrome extension for your Bitmoji. I'm going to search up the word seat. That didn't work. Maybe sitting. That's what there we go. And here I am. I like this one of me because it's sitting floating and I'm going to click on it, and you have to, it says right here, right click and choose copy image. So you're gonna right click it to choose copy image, and then you're gonna go over here and you're gonna Control V, or you can right click and you can paste. Oh, it won't even let me do that, never mind, Control V then. And so here I am. As you can see, I'm much bigger than the couch, so I'm gonna make myself look a little smaller. There we go. And you can always change your colors, and there's even costumes in Bitmoji. It's actually a lot of fun. And I'm gonna sit there, and that's good enough for me. So I'm sitting there and on the couch. Now I might wanna add and insert an image of a whiteboard, because I might have my Monday, Tuesday, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday days there. You know, I think a chalkboard might look prettier. So I'm gonna look up chalkboard. Oh boy, this one's kind of cool because it has the boxes already. So I'm gonna try this one. Double clicked it. I'm gonna shrink it up, make it look smaller. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna add a 3D effect. So you're gonna see these lamps here. I'm gonna arrange them to the front. I can move it over a little bit, so that way it kind of looks like, you know, a little 3D-ish. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna insert a text box. And I'm gonna say Monday. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I forgot I had the caps lock on. Okay. Monday. All right, so now I might have a new slide down here. And I'm just going to insert a slide just for now, because I'm going to show you how to link it to Monday. So here I have Monday. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Here's Monday. All I have to do is click on this blue box here, and you can right click the box, right click and link it, or you can go to insert link and link it. Or if you're getting really tired of linking everything, you can do what I do, which is Control K. And when you do Control K, or if you insert the other way, you can put a website here. But right here it says slides in this presentation. If you click on here, you can choose the next slide or slide 1. So when my students click on this, I want them to go to slide 1. You apply it, and now when they see this, they simply click on, oh shoot, sorry. You click, they're just gonna click on Monday, it makes a little finger, and it will take them to that slide. My computer's really slow, so it's taking its time. Sorry.
And you can slow down. They also run way too fast.
Ah, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
What should I do then? Where should I go back to?
I don't know. Jennifer, I just told Jennifer she's
You're
going a
on
little
mute.
too fast.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
okay. So I'll go slower. Let me try another one. Let's do another one. Yeah. Okay. So here I have this slide.
Okay, so Jennifer's going to start over right now.
Okay. So I have this slide. I'm going to insert a background again. I'm going to search the web, and I'm going to look up wall and floor. And this time I'm going to insert this one.
I'm saying there's so much clicking, you're not sure what you're doing.
Ah, all right. Let's try again. So I have a slide here. It's blank. I'm going to create another Bitmoji background.
And some of them want to know how to make a Bitmoji.
Okay, let's go back to Bitmoji then. So you can use your phone or your app to download the Snapchat app. When you do that, you can go to your Google Chrome, and you can add the Bitmoji extension. So right here, you have more tools. Right, you have the 3 little dots right here. You have more tools. And you just go to extensions. When you get to extensions, there is an extension called Bitmoji. I have mine here. When you add this this Bitmoji extension to your Chromebook or your computer, it will show up right here on the right side of your web browser. It has a Bitmoji. So you download the Snapchat app, you create your avatar, and then you go to your computer and you look under extensions. You add the Bitmoji Chrome extension. It's going to ask you to log in one time to your Snapchat. And then you'll have your avatar here and all your Bitmojis. Now, if you want to change your outfit, you're going to do that on your app, on your phone. And then the new avatar will show up here in your Chromebook, in your Bitmoji extension. Anyone have questions about that still? Go ahead and share.
You can also share with others on Facebook groups.
Yes, at the end I'll show them the Facebook
And no
groups.
Bitly for this presentation.
There is no Bitly for this presentation, sorry. Okay, that's how you add your extension for Bitmoji. Okay. All right, we're gonna.
After extensions, what do they select?
All right, you go to extensions. And you're gonna search extensions. You're gonna search Bitmoji at the top. And just search for extensions. This is from like Google Play and Google. And then, yeah, and then you just add it. You know, we'll have an add button. And then when you do that, it's going to take you to a website for Snapchat, and you're going to log in one time with your Snapchat cell phone app. So first go to your phone, download Snapchat, and make your avatar. Don't forget your login information there. Then go to your computer, go to extensions, add Bitmoji. After you add Bitmoji, it's going to have you log into your Snapchat online on your computer, and then it will have your Bitmojis up here next to the web browser.
One lady says, how do we make our avatars our Google thumbnail? She says she might be blocked at her district, but she says other employees have been able to do it.
As your thumbnail for, you know, in your Google Drive, I guess? Is that what you mean?
I'm not sure.
So, you know, when you add a picture, you can change your profile picture.
And there is another way to choose their avatar besides using a cell phone, right?
I don't know if there is, actually. Teachers have been asking about that. If someone knows the answer to that, please share it with us. But I've only been able to do it with the app on my phone. So if anyone.
Yeah, people are talking about app on the phone, but
Yeah.
you don't have to have Snapchat.
Well, you could use like a Facebook avatar, but I don't think it would be connected to your Chrome or Google Classrooms. Okay, where are we at on questions?
That's it, right?
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna make another Bitmoji slide here. I'm gonna insert image, and I'm gonna search the web. That's insert image, search the web. And I'm gonna type in wall and floor together because it gives me more options, okay? And when you do that, you pick which one you like. So I'm gonna choose this one. You just double click and it inserts it right here. You change the sizing to meet the need of your slide. There we go. Let me change the, okay, great. All right, this is that. Now you're going to insert different components. So you want to go back to insert image from the web. You're going to insert maybe a chalkboard or a couch or whatever you want inside your Bitmoji classroom. One thing that you're going to find is that you might find something better on the Google Images because you're going to find a lot more images if you go there. And again, you're going to use that remove background for any images that have that background, and you just download it to your computer. So this is a great little couch. I might want to add that. but all I would have to do is copy the image address. So there's a lot of options here. A lot of teachers will save image, and that's just a waste of your time. You can just copy the image address. Now, if you copy the image, that's not the URL. You're going to copy the image address. Once you copy that, you go to remove background and remove.bg, remove background, and you can remove the background by clicking on paste the image or URL. A pop-up will join us, and you simply paste that link that you shared or you saved, and it will remove the background for you. Now, this is a lot of work to add all of these components. So what we've done is in that folder that I shared with you, you will find a lot of those pieces are already there for you. Okay, so let me get rid of some of these so you can see. But right here, for example, in the Google folder at the very top, you can find rugs, floors, and carpets. You can find backgrounds, and you can also find lights. One cool thing that you can do that I like to do is if I find something that's amazing, like this lady made a very cute, love it. I did this for my students. She obviously spent a lot of work on this. It's all about, it's a digital library about bugs. It's already linked and ready to go. And you can simply make a copy, edit, and change your Bitmoji to add it. Now let me show you how to insert. Yes?
Somebody asked if Google Slides can be inserted into your classroom.
Yes, I can show you that too. That's really easy.
Okay.
So someone asked about how to insert your Google Bitmoji Classroom into your Google Slides into your Bitmoji Classroom, and I'll show you that at the end. It's really easy. So let me go and let's see. So we were working on this. Let's say that I want to add a video from YouTube for Monday for them to watch. Okay. All I have to do is go to YouTube. And some schools block YouTube, right? Which I understand. We've had our moments too. And maybe I want to show them a video in, oh, I don't know, I have my favorites. So Crash Course Kids is one of my favorite websites. And she does this amazing job for elementary students in teaching science. I love her videos. But when students are on YouTube, it could be blocked at home, for example, or in their schools. But, you know, I want to be able to have them watch that video at home too. So I have to pass this ad really quick. And that's another thing. Sometimes we don't want, especially little kids, to see ads.
So somebody asked if your Bitmoji Classroom can be entered with Canvas.
Oh, not yet, but they're working on it. So someone asked about Bitmoji in your in Canvas, and unfortunately, it's not quite ready yet, but they are working on it in creating Bitmojis in Canvas. Okay, so here's a video I really like. I'm going to copy the video URL. To do that, sometimes there's a share button at the bottom of the video, which is great, but sometimes there isn't for whatever reason. You can click on share, and it will give you the link. Here's the link. Or you can click on the actual video, you just right click it, and you're gonna copy with your video URL. When you do that, you go to a place called SafeTube. Now beware, if you go to SafeTube, click on SafeTube with a space in between and look it up, because every time I put safetube.net, it takes me to some weird website, and it's not what you need. You need SafeTube. Okay, it's Safe YouTube, that's why. You're going to go to this thing called Safe YouTube. You're going to click on down here, and you're going to generate a safe link with no ads and not on YouTube. Now, it has to be a YouTube video, so just to let you know, sometimes you have other videos, it won't accept it. You paste that address to that video. You generate the link, and it's going to give you a whole new link. I love it. You're going to click on copy. I clicked on copy, it says it's copied, great. I'm going to go back to my presentation, and here is going to be a video. So I'm going to insert video, and YouTube pops up. You can also do URL, and you're going to paste it. When you paste it, I'm going to show you what it will look like. Here's a video that I just downloaded. I downloaded some video. And what they're going to do is when the student gets their Bitmoji Classroom, they're going to go to Monday, click on Monday. And today's assignment on Monday, once they click that, will take them to the slide of Monday. Any day now. I'm sorry, my computer is slow because there's so many people in here.
It's okay. They think you're going really fast. So the slower you go, the better.
Well, that's good because my computer's making me go slow. So the student's going to click on Monday. It's still thinking. I'm just going to go to the next slide. And there's going to be a video here. Well, when they click on this video, it's not going to take them to YouTube. It's going to keep them right here. Okay, and so the video is right here, and they're gonna be able to watch that video, and that's through safetube.net. Did you add the link?
I did add the link.
Yeah,
yes.
It's awesome. I love it. Now I'm going to show you how to link the slides in here. So I'm going to insert some more slides here.
Oh,
Just
they're saying you linked Monday to slide 1, which is the first slide. Monday's link is slide 1, not slide 2.
oh, let me go here. Sorry. I can click on here. I'm going to Control K. I'm going to slide. I'm going to click on next slide. So that way it will always go to next slide. Oh, whoops. Sometimes that happens. You just have to make sure. Here we go. Edit. Change it to next slide. Thank you.
What's important is if Google make a mistake, it's easy to just hit the back button.
Yeah.
And fix
I
it.
love Google. Google's my friend. Okay. I'm going to show you one that I was working on recently. I've been working on this last couple of weeks because we teach Engaged New York Math in our school site. And for distance learning, I wanted students to be able to have access to all those videos. And what I did was I created, it wasn't a Bitmoji Classroom, but it's the same concept. Well, it kind of is a Bitmoji Classroom. So here is something that I created, and I'm going to show you how I linked all of these into the Google Slides. There are 48 slides, and one of the biggest problems that parents talked about were two things. One, every student in their household had a different place to go, and so the parents didn't know if they were on the right websites. So that's kind of solved by having kids go to one place, Google Classroom. And then two, they didn't know exactly what they had to do in their homework. So when students see this presentation, they have all the topics for math. And what I've done is I've linked them to the slides within this huge 48 slides. So maybe they are on topic B, okay? So they would just click here. It has little image of a hand when they hover, and it will take them to that slide. So maybe they're on this, and they have these lessons. Maybe today they're on lesson 9, so they would click on the little cat. It will take them to lesson 9. Right here is the video that they would watch. This is the things that they'll have to do that day. We're going to do the sprints, watch a video, do Math Navigator problem set, do an exit ticket, do homework, do some skill development. All of this was made with the Bitmoji Classroom. But again, Bitmoji Classroom's the purpose is to make it very streamlined for students on the assignments that they have for that week. Now, when they're done, they can click on the home button, okay? And it will take them back to this. Now, maybe they're done with all their work and now they want to do some math facts. So I linked some math facts for them. Math facts takes them to a website and they can work on math facts. Let me show you how.
Here, I want to say something at this point. I would just want to say, please don't be intimidated by what you see Jennifer doing. I've watched her over the last year get used to doing all this and creating things, and just even within the last few months, she has learned so much, and it's quick and easy with Google now. So if you're looking at some of her animation and things like that, you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know how I can do this. It really is easy. There's a whole community out there. Besides Jennifer, there's a lot of teachers that are doing it, and if you just start playing with it, you will get the hang of it. So just my 2 cents for today.
Okay.
Be patient with yourself.
So let's say that I want to make that. So I could insert an image that's a GIF. So I go right here to image and I search the web, and I'm going to search for, let's see, maybe I'm going to search for a plant, and I'm going to put GIF. Okay. Now here's a plant. I don't like any of these. Let's find another image. So maybe like, you know, we use port keys in Harry Potter. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. So maybe a port key could be a shoe. And I'm going to have the shoe as a GIF. And so in Harry Potter, when you touch something, it takes you to a new place. So I'm going to insert this GIF. It's very big. Now, it has a background on it, and with an animation, you cannot take off the background of it. So I don't want to, I could keep this, and then I could link it to a website. So maybe I'm going to keep this. All I would have is the blue around the image. I would insert link, and I would link it to maybe another slide in this presentation, or maybe I'll put a website. Okay, so maybe I'll take them to factmonster.com. Okay, so I put the website there and I apply it. So when they click on this, it will take them to factmonster.com. But I don't like this GIF because it has a background on it and I want it to look perfect in my classroom. So I would just go to Google. I would click on shoe. And I would go here to images. And now under here are tools. And this is where you get to change like size, color, type. The color you want to choose is transparent. Transparent will give me backgrounds. And then the type, I want it to be a GIF, GIF. Now it's going to give me shoes that do different things. So this is like a cool looking shoe. And yeah, I'm from the 80s, so I like this shoe. So I might include this shoe, right? I think it's cute. And so the students would, all I have to do is copy this image and insert it into my Google Slides. So again, you would right click it, copy the image address. There's a lot of different things you can do here, but you're going to copy the image address. Now it's somewhere in your computer, the address. You're going to go back and you're going to insert, and instead of insert image from the computer, you're going to insert the image by URL, because that's what you copied. You copy the URL. When you copy that URL, you just Control-V, you paste it, you insert it. I'm going to make it nice and small. It wasn't as transparent as I had hoped. It was somewhat transparent, which I noticed, but I still liked it. And then what you do is you insert a link around it. So you just insert a link. And now maybe I'm going to take this to factmonster.com. Or maybe it takes them to another part in the slide. So right here it says slides in this presentation. And maybe I have 50 slides here like my other one, which I can share with you and put inside of our Bitmoji Classroom if you like Harry Potter. And maybe it's going to take them to the first slide. This could be their home button. So if you noticed here, I have a home button on every slide. Okay, if you notice at the bottom of every slide, I have a home button. That home button goes to slide 1 every single time, because wherever they are inside of these, 48 or whatever, how many slides there are, I had a lot of time on my hands this summer. It takes them to the home button. Now, because I'm a big Harry Potter fan, I've also linked all of these GIFs. So this little girl here, if the student clicks on her, it's going to take them to a safe YouTube of how to draw how to make a broomstick charm. So there's like these little fun things that they can find when they're doing their homework or their classwork.
They've asked a couple of things. That ask, how do you add a home button?
Yeah.
And how do you insert a link?
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to insert a home button. Easy schmeezy. I saw someone else do this and I thought, oh, that's genius. So I'm just going to go back to Google here, and I'm going to click on, in my search, I'm going to click on home button. Search. Now I'm going to go to images. I'm going to click on tools, and I'm going to choose the color transparent. Now, if I cannot find a transparent button that I like, I can make one by going to that remove.bg place. But let's see, I chose, because I have 4th graders, I chose one that said home on it. And as you can see, I want one that has the home picture, but also the word home. And I'm not seeing any that I like. So I'm going to take off this transparent color, and I'm going to choose any color because I'm going to find a whole bunch more. Okay, now this is just images, and I'm going to, ooh, I like this one here. This is the one I think I picked. I don't know.
Oh, somebody's asking, just adding the slides on the top for assignment, or just in their own copy?
I do not give each student their own copy. I make it a view only in Google Classroom. Now this looks like a transparent background, but it's not. Someone took a picture of a transparent background, but that's okay. I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna go to remove BG. I'm gonna insert it with a URL, because that's what I just copied. Right here, URL. This pops up. This pops up. This little pop-up happens. I'm going to paste that link to that picture. Okay.
Remind them that this is all being recorded and the video will be shared later.
This video will be shared later, but again, if you're having any trouble while you're getting started, go to our drive called the one that I shared, because at the top of that, it has a to-do. So there is this one called Bitmoji Help Center. It's at the very top. How to use a Bitmoji extension. So this is how you get the extension if you've forgotten. How to create an interactive slide. That's where the kids click on Monday and it takes them to a slide number 12. Or they click onto a YouTube, they click onto the little sneaker and it takes them to a YouTube. How to make your Bitmoji room. That's how to start with the wall and floor. How to make a virtual class library. This is one of my favorite things to make. How to use screen recording with Screencastify. So I make a lot of Screencastify videos and then I insert them into my Google Slides so that students who weren't able to make it to my class Zoom can still watch a video of me teaching.
Somebody asked a question. They said they want to create a weekly Bitmoji hyperdoc, but they want to have different subjects nested or tabbed at the bottom. How can they do that?
Okay, so all you would do is you would do kind of what I did. You can do it here like an agenda, and you could have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on the left. You know, just make a copy of this and change the dates. Or you can do, let's see, I'm trying to find the one. So this is the one that I made, which is inside of that Bitmoji Classroom. You can literally just make a copy of it. And instead of days at the week at the bottom here, I just found this picture of, I like succulents. I just found the picture of these succulents. I put in a text box of the days, but you can change it to the subjects. And then if you look here, I linked it to slides inside of the slides. So you just link it to that slide. So maybe Wednesday or subject matter math is the 8th or 10th slide. All you would have to do is go to Wednesday. You see you would click on the box, or you can click on the words, but you click on the box, it's kind of a small box, and you would just link it.
We got 1 minute left, and somebody asked how you can, or your Bitmoji Bitmoji room is set to private. They can't get into it.
To this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I can change that. And then I can also add the one for the Harry Potter one if you're into Harry Potter. Yeah, anyone can get this one. It should be open.
Okay. And we've only got about a minute left, Jennifer.
I'm sorry, there's so much. There's so many of you in this class, so it was hard to get through, but I appreciate that you guys were open to the idea, and I'm willing to stay on if you are to answer any questions. Enjoy your lunch, and I will work on making sure that this is shareable. So I'll go inside of our Bitmoji folder and make sure everything's shareable for you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Jennifer. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. That's okay. No, it's okay. No worries. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Absolutely.